Hey guys, this is Eric G from psnstores.com, and I'm here with a little strat look at Might and Magic Clash of Heroes. This is a game from Capybara Games, who previously released Critter Crunch on the PlayStation Network, and you will see some of the Critter Crunch mechanics popping up here. The reason I wanted to make this video is because the tutorials are a little bit scant, so let's check out what you can see in the tutorials and the how to play. The adventure tutorial, whatever, it's pretty self-explanatory. Battle tutorial. You want to defend your enemy zone, or you want to kill the enemy zone. You do that by creating core attacks, by placing 3 units of the same color and same type behind each other vertically. You defend yourself by creating or placing 3 in a horizontal manner, and you can also make elite and champion formations. 2 vs 2 is not what I'll be covering here, but it's pretty interesting to say the least. So let's get into a quick battle real quick. I'll turn on artifacts so you can see what some of them look like. You unlock artifacts through playing the campaign. So I'll start with the first person you play the campaign with, who is Anwin, Elven Archer. And all the different units have different abilities, but for the sake of simplicity I'm going to choose all archers, deer, and the treant. Here's all the artifacts that Anwin has, and some of them are unit specific, like the treant sap. Some of them are unit specific, like the deer horns that let them jump over all rows of walls. But I'm going to choose the leaf plate just because it's easy and it'll give me a little bit more HP to set up some attacks. Get a nice little loading screen here. Be sure to keep your eyes on the attack animations and all the character animations, as they're definitely impressive, to say the least. This HD version of the game is really cool. So here's the basic way to attack. You pull from the back and you launch forward, just like Critter Crunch. Those 3 together started an attack. It activated that unit. Now you can notice that there's a 1 underneath them. That means it takes 1 turn for them to power up. What I'm doing here is canceling units. When you cancel a unit, all units behind it will move up. This is called chaining. It's a vital strategy that you're going to need to use and learn all the time, basically. Because when you chain, it gives you an extra turn. You start out each turn with 3 moves normally, and chaining will give you 1 turn back, so it's as if you're not using a turn. So here I have a deer. It's one of my elite units. I'm going to place it to the left side because there's a clear lane there. And if you notice, all of the units get moved forward when you activate a unit. So I activated that deer and the green guy popped out. You're going to want to make use of that as well if you want to get to a unit that's in front of some other units. Alright, my blue guy's going to attack. And a champion enters the battlefield. Most of the time you're going to want to power up your champion as soon as possible, because they are beasts on the battlefield. The treant special attack is that he comes through with a whole bunch of damage and implants roots on the enemy and starts life leeching him. So enemy starts losing life, you start gaining life. You see he started to power up his champion. Now we can also see that my elite unit, my deer, is at 1 turn to go. If I power up other light-colored units, the yellow guys, who also have the same charge-up time, since I know the archers only take 1 turn to power up, they get linked together. Linking units makes them all a lot more powerful. So it's going to boost up that deer to an attack power that it doesn't usually get to, and it's going to help my archers deal a little extra damage. now I just want to get my treant powered up, and here he is. You see the treant takes 5 turns to power up. Some champions even take a little bit longer, 6 turns. But that's why you want to get them up fast, and they're usually worth it. Right now I'll press R2 to call in reinforcements. Wall up in front of my treant a little bit, just to make sure that he gets through with maximum damage and the enemy doesn't hurt him. And just for the hell of it, I'm going to power up an archer right there. Do a little bit of extra damage to his pit fiend, because there's no wall there, there's a little bit of a through. I'll do some damage to his pit fiend and take down the pit fiend's attack power. Not much, but it's enough. And since I have the leaf plate artifact, I doubt the pit fiend's gonna kill me. Here I will demonstrate another tactic. Wait, maybe it's next turn I'll demonstrate it. Yeah, I think I'll just end the turn here. Yep. When you end turns, when you chain attacks, and when you fuse units, and when you link units attacks together, it powers up your character's spell. If you notice to the bottom left of Anwin, you'll see an arrow that's being powered up. When I do all these actions enough, it'll give me the ability to shoot an arrow storm. So here's fusion. If you put 3 of the same units behind an already formed formation, it fuses them together and makes them a lot more powerful. Alright, let's see how much the pit fiend comes through with. That's a lot of damage. Also, receiving damage boosts your magic spell. You see Jezebeth just used hers, which blows up all my walls. But that's okay. I think my treant's gonna do damage. So we got 1 turn left for the treant. I'm gonna call in reinforcements and try to link as many blue archers with him as possible, just to make him a little bit more powerful. And I think I'm gonna use my spell. With Anwin's Arrow Storm, you often want to shoot it up a clear lane to do direct damage to the enemy. But in this case, I'm going to shoot it in the left couple lanes that are blocking my treant's attack, because I want my treant to get through with as much as possible. Since I've linked him up, he's probably going to get above 100. There we go. So clear that out a little bit. And for the heck of it, I'll just get that yellow guy. I don't think the match is going to last much longer. Succubus does splash damage. It's a pretty cool unit. Alright. Looks like I'm going to do it here. Yep. Got the whopping amount of damage and won the match. So those are basic strats for Clash of Heroes. You're going to want to chain, link, and fuse. In that order, I think, in that order. So for the next match I'm going to choose Fiona and show you guys how each character has different units and can be played a lot differently. Fiona's units, the zombies plague other units. The Wraith kills the hero if it hits it in one hit with 1 damage at all. The Ghost attacks but defends or something like that. Death Knight. The Bone Dragon's really cool. And the Vampire leeches life. I'm going to choose 3 zombies and a Wraith. I'm also going to choose the Spider Cloak as my artifact, which will give me 75% less HP and 75% more power for all my units. If you've been a keen observer, you notice that I'm facing Jezebeth again, instead of Aiden, who I should be facing. This is because I lost the match, and through the power of editing, I fast forwarded. Cut that right out. Alright, so we got a Wraith on the field, and my entire strategy falls on making that Wraith go, getting that Wraith through. So I'm going to do whatever I can to get that Wraith up as soon as possible. So remember the strategies: chaining, linking, and fusion. Chaining is by far the most important of the three, since it gives you an extra turn and does a useful action. So I powered up those purples to get that blue out of there. I'm going to power up the wall up those greens to get those blues out of there. And I'm still going to have to wait one more turn to get my Wraith up. That's okay, because his dogs still have a couple turns to attack, and my champion is safe. Now if you're playing against a human player who knows what the Wraith does, instant kill, you'd probably notice a lot more walling going up on the right side of the map. And trust me, this strategy is fun, but it's not, you know, it's not the end all of strategies in this game. So sure, the dog got through, dealt a little damage to my guy. If you notice underneath the powering up units, there's a number, and that number rises each turn as they power up. Now if I were to hold R1 or L1, which I'm going to do in a little bit, it shows the toughness of every unit on the board. I'm going to set up a couple links for a little bit. Just waiting on pressing the R1 or L1. I do it soon, I'm sure. Oh, another Wraith. Now you don't usually want to kill your champion, but I'm pretty sure the one on the right's going to get through, so I don't really need to worry about a backup plan. If I were facing a human, I would have a backup plan, because I know they're more dynamic. Most of the time, they know what's going on, and it's a lot more difficult. So here again, I'm just going to make sure that I have enough blue zombies to link up 2 attacks with my Wraith. Here we go. Hold R1. I see the toughness of every unit on the field. So I know that in those right 2 lanes where the Wraith is going to attack, he's only blocking, what, 10, 13, 16, 19. He's only blocking like 22 damage going up there. So I'll link up these blues. See that I got a double wall that gave me 2 extra turns, which is awesome. This game is so good. Soon enough you'll be able to recognize things like that. Like if you power up a wall, you'll know what units are getting pushed back, and if they're going to power up other units, it gets a lot better. Well, I mean, it's always good. But you just get a lot better at recognizing how good it is. So I just ended my turn, sort of quicken this up because I don't have much time left. I'll double check the toughness of everything in the right 2 lanes, and it's pretty sure I'm getting through. So the toughness of all the units that are blocking it gets subtracted from the power of my unit. So I can't really see the numbers right now because I'm looking at a preview screen, but you could do the math. Makes it a very intensely statistical game, as well as a deep game. So yeah, this is Eric G signing out, psnstores.com. If you have any questions, comments, editors@psnstores.com.